Hi YouTubers, forgive my voice this morning. Right, got 2010 Smart 451 and we're doing auxiliary socket and Bluetooth on the radio, and we're installing a front and rear cameras. So I'll go through the radio with you when I put it back together, but basically to get this trim off the back, screw here and a screw here, and then it is just a question of getting your hand behind it and running it along. We should be good to go, he says. Come on. Come on. Need two hands for this one. Okay, for this piece of trim, there's two more T25s, one here and one here. Undo those, come inside the vehicle, basically just give it a little put down. You see the poppers along it and the little clips here. So now we have another T25 there. We'll undo it, drop this bit of trim down. Okay, it's pretty bright here, but that's the rear camera wired in this end. Just run the rest of the wires now. Okay, so the cables run up to the front now. So what I like to do is take out the bolts, both sides, and just drop the front down. Then I can feed the cable for the rear through, and the cable for the front can come through down the pillar and connect into the fuse box. Okay, so with the bolts out, you have a connection, and you really need a pick like this. And you get it under the tab there, push it and out, and that comes straight out without any messing about. So I'll get on wiring putting in the next sort of cable now. We have another 2.5 bolt there, so we'll undo that, pull this bit down, and then we can get the trim off the A pillar. Right, so that bit's kind of out my way now, and there we have another T25. Undo that, and we're good to go with that A pillar. Okay, that's giving us some room down there now. So we'll follow that all the way down, go in down the back of the dash, and then get our powers and grounds from the fuse board area. So that's the bit of trim there on. I'll get that buttoned up. Where's that T25 that goes in there? Then run that wire across into the camera. Get the top buttoned up. And then we'll have a look at the wiring on the fuse box end. Pretty neat job. Hidden nicely behind the mirror. Electrics now. We're going to go for fuse number 20, which is the radio fuse. You can see it up there. That's the 10 amp fuse, number 20. So that's only hot when the ignition is on. So now the fuse fits into a little fuse piggyback. So we've got the camera fuse and the radio fuse. And now we put that into slot number 20. Fits in there quite nice. And if you look at the back, where my test light clamp is, you will see very convenient earth post. So that's where our earth wire is going to go. And then basically charge up all your wiring, and that's the job done for the camera installed. Battery. Okay, so this is the unit I bought. Bluetooth, and also the little 3.5 jack. Now it plugs into here on the radio. So my plan is, I found this is a ground wire which goes into the pin here. This wire is live with the ignition on. I don't know if you can get a good picture of the colour. And this goes into this pin here. So we've got this pin at the bottom here and this pin in the middle at the top. Now what I've done, I've exposed the wire and I'm going to solder these two on, positive and ground. Then I shall drill a little hole into the glove box, poke that through, and show you where all the screws and bits and pieces are for the radio. Okay, both joints have been soldered and taped. Now a handy little trick with your tape is get a small socket and wrap your insulating tape around the socket, and then use that to apply the tape. Saves trying to get the big roll of insulating tape through the wires. So I've fed a lead through, connected it to the little unit, so you've got Bluetooth and you've also got a aux jack. It's being installed to use one of these Alexa Echo Auto units, so I'll let them decide which way they want to have it connected. Put the stereo back or take it out. Pretty straightforward. You have 4 T25s around the stereo and one in there, if you can see that. Now this unit clips on and has a little multi-plug here, which is really straightforward. To disconnect it, push the little tang in there and lift the grey little lever as you're pulling it out, and that pulls it straight out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll get the T25s in and we'll go from there. So you have 4 bolts in, not the final one, before the top cover goes on. Okay, the last bolt out the 5 helps hold the top cover down, so just kind of work along. And now the last bolt can go in. The switch panel. And that is the job.
Connected.